choose from, past live stream, as well as exclusive content only available for members, such as the Storm Nation live stream, which is a live stream every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. for the members, by the members, as well as other exclusive videos already uploaded on the main channel. All you have to do is click the join button, pick a tier, and then start watching exclusive content. Thank you all so much, and I hope you guys join the membership and become a part of Storm Nation.
I apologize. I click it. It takes like 5 seconds.
What is up, people? What is up?
What's up, guys? We are live. Dude, it ain't my fault.
Press A.
I mean, it ain't Rob's fault. It
ain't my fault. But I want to get to this super chat before we get into the WandaVision talk. I did click on it. I'm just waiting for it to show. Here it goes. I don't know. I'm hoping it shows up here soon in a second. There we go. It says I shared. I sharded. When he shit his pants when I saw White Vision. I heard Danny actually predicted that it cleared the room. Before that, I creamed my pants when she was called the Scarlet Witch. That was the part I was like, because when she had the vision and you saw the silhouette of Scarlet Witch, I was like, oh my god. And then when she called her I knew that Scarlet Witch thing was gonna happen because they foreshadowed it earlier in the season when they're like, what's her alias? Oh, she doesn't have one.
Yeah, Gaïskar called that one too. He said they were going to do it. Yes, Chris said ready.
I said it too.
I'm sending them in.
I said that I knew we were going to get that reveal this series somewhere, and I think they did a pretty good way. I think they did it really well because it's not like they called her that yet.
Yeah,
Agatha made it sound like it's a type of witch, not her. It's just. She is a Scarlet Witch, I kind of like how that is, but it's going to be where her name is. I mean, we know that.
And I also said that she's the one that created that hex.
It was so obvious that she had to be the one, but there's some people.
There's still a lot.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, there's some people out there that would like to think that it wasn't like that, but it made sense for her to be the one. Just makes sense that she's the one that did it.
I've been saying from the start it was her. You guys could go back and watch my things. I've said many times, it's her, it's her, it's her.
That's the good thing about the roundtables is you can always go back and say, nope, that's what she said.
Yep.
A couple things in this, like I tried to review this episode today, and I didn't do a very good job reviewing it, mostly because it didn't answer that many questions to me. It actually had me wondering more questions because a lot of the stuff we thought was true wasn't true. Just who was in charge, who's manipulating who. Like, I still don't get the Quicksilver thing. Is that just some random guy? Is that Quicksilver from the X-Men universe? Like,
okay, she said it was. She said it was a random guy.
Yeah, Phaetro.
So the whole, Phaetro. The whole thing is Agatha. So I explained it, and I think I was kind of right how I explained it on I think the last roundtable we did. One, when they showed her floating in the black and white, I said that's probably when she showed up, not she didn't create it. And we saw this time that is true. She didn't create it, but she showed up really quick. But I think what she was trying to do is find ways to distract Wanda to not know that somebody else was trying to act on what she was doing. Everything that was done by Agatha was there to kind of keep Wanda looking somewhere else other than her. That's why she was always able to get away with things other people weren't. Like when Monica broke character, it snapped Wanda into the rage of oh no, you don't. You're not allowed in here.
Right.
But when Agatha would snap out of it, it's like Wanda just didn't seem to care or didn't really think it was strange. Everybody else did though. So I think all those things like Pietro and just then the kids and everything else, perhaps. And I'm not sure about the kids yet. The kids are still a question mark. I think that's going to be one of the end games in all of this. But
how did you guys feel? Oh, I'm sorry, Chris.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say, how do you guys feel? Because the vision that was in the Hex isn't the original vision. She created this vision. The original vision.
That was crazy.
I loved how I told you that Twinkle Toed Cocksucker was up to something, right? Like they were trying to use him, and that dude was behind the whole thing. He pretty much started everything, and then he cut the tape to make it look like she busted in and took his remains, and that wasn't the case at all.
Well, I said even in the last one, I said I believe that Hayward used Wanda to remake Vision, but then we find out that's not really what it is. But he is definitely the one that has turned her on to knowing that she has the power to do it, and and everything that she is doing is playing into his hands. So that's why I still think he is Mephisto.
That's kind of who I was thinking too.
Yeah, I just he knows too much. He says things like it's her, it's Wanda, it's this, it's that, and he's really focusing on certain things, and everybody else is just acting. Oh, he's in charge of everything, so let's just do what he tells us to do. I think was it you, Anzo, earlier that said something about a scroll, or was it Danny?
It was Anzo.
I think Danny. I remember Danny saying it was scroll.
I don't like that idea. I mean, it doesn't make sense as much as Mephisto.
Well, okay. Let's say he is a scroll, like you said. That wouldn't make sense because why would a scroll care about Vision or Scarlet Witch or whatever? But Mephisto would care because Mephisto wants the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't tie in with anything that can lead to Doctor Strange.
No,
Multiverse of Madness.
That's either going to be Mephisto or Nightmare. If it's not Mephisto's because of all the political bullshit, because the devil and all that stuff that's going on.
I'll tell you this.
I'm going to tell you guys this. I don't think we get any of that.
Really?
We have maybe 40 minutes left of the episode of the show. So I think it's going to be Vision fighting Vision, Monica fighting Agatha, and what's her name? Wanda fighting Agatha, Monica Rambeau fighting Quicksilver, or when Hayward and that Vision come in, that's where that fight's going to be about. But I don't think we're going to see anything with Mephisto.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm starting to lean that way too, a little bit.
We might not see that. It might be something that they'll hint to, and it will be later on. It's like a setup. Because again, we have to remember, if Mephisto, if Nightmare, if any of these people are going to be considered the big baddie or a big baddie, they're not going to let it happen in a TV series. They're going to say that for one of the movies. So they may just be hinting heavily that that's something we're going to see. You don't want it to be Nightmare, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. You don't want it to be Nightmare, because if it is Nightmare, LDG could still have some parts to this. You don't want it to be Nightmare.
The only reason why that it could be Nightmare is because what Gaïskar said, because of the political thing where you can't use Mephisto in China. Let me get to the super chat, because then I want to bring something up. Anzo made a lot of sense. Christopher came in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He said Han and Olsen straight up props on the acting. Crazy to say, but wouldn't be surprised. Some awards coming from it. From WandaVision, there ain't gonna be no awards coming from WandaVision. I don't think so. But if you're talking about Emmys, I don't. It's the Emmys, right, for TV.
I don't know how they would handle this, but I would say Emmys, because I think Netflix is allowed Emmys, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, Mandalorian, I think, was nominated for some.
Yeah, it was.
Too,
that's true.
As much as I like WandaVision, I don't see anything that's better than. No, I don't see no Emmys coming from this. But I want to get back to what Anzo had. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, I guess I might see it only because it is the most watched TV show currently.
Worldwide.
that is something. It might.
Yeah,
but I don't see it either. I just don't. But I guess because of how the Emmys are just crap anyways, they might just give him one because, well, why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Sometimes that's how it seems like they give some of that stuff.
To Anzo's point, we have 40 minutes left of this series, right? I really think if they were going to introduce Mephisto and he was going to play a part in the series, it would have happened at the end of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
What I think is going to happen is I do think we're going to get a reveal from Mephisto, but it's going to be the end credit scene of the series finale that's going to lead into Doctor Strange. We're going to get Vision versus Vision, Scarlet Witch versus Agatha. Monica Rambeau is probably going to team up with Scarlet Witch to take out Agatha. And then when everything's over, you're going to get that end credit scene, and it's going to be Mephisto revealing himself. Someone's going to reveal himself to be Mephisto, and then that's going to tie right into Doctor Strange, too.
Because
do any of you guys... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, because we got to remember, Wanda is going to be supposedly bad in Doctor Strange. So that turn has to start at the end of this series, which I think what's going to happen is they're going to find a way to, like, when the Hex, because the Hex has to get taken down. I still think it's going to get taken down. It's going to be such a big shockwave. It covers the earth. That's how we get mutants, but also rips a hole in time and space in the multi-dimension, and that's where multiverse, and that's where everything starts to come off, and that's how the series is going to end.
Wouldn't it be cool though? It does the opposite of what she did in the House of M in the comic books, where it says no more mutants, and instead she goes that there be mutants.
Creates mutants. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much what they're trying to do. Has it been confirmed that she's gonna be a bad guy in Doctor Strange? I just heard she's gonna play a huge part in Doctor Strange.
No, I heard she's gonna be one of the bad guys.
I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be, because she's gonna rip the. Here's the thing. I think the kids are. I think this is still kind of like the House of M thing. The kids are gonna get taken. That's why I think we will get Mephisto, because that was the whole point of the kids in the first place. And it was very similar to how the House of M was. I'll say this. I don't know if any of you guys watch Everything Always. I've been watching a lot of their stuff on this, and they've been getting a lot of leaks. And there was a script draft released to them that was word for word the scene of her going into S.H.I.E.L.D., literally word for word, and it had like the scene, phone rings. It's assumed Hayward's on the other end. He says, "Yes, sir. I'll send her in right now, ma'am. I'll have to get the door for you. I've got it." I mean, every word for word was that. So I'm even more watching this guy for what he has to say, or the group. I don't know what it is, but it's interesting because I watched that scene. I'm like, oh crap, they got that exact. The left. Two lefts and a right, that was in there, everything. It's like, okay.
Now, don't forget, we're still supposed to get that Luke Skywalker cameo.
Yeah, I still think it's going to be.
I think he was trying to do smoke and mirrors, because he said, "I never played with this act before." That's himself. He's going to be.
I'm wondering if that would be interesting. That
he's kind of throwing a little trying to throw us off the trail. So it's gonna be Vision versus Vision. He never played with himself, so that's why he's excited.
Whoa. He what?
Never played with himself.
Never played with himself.
And if you guys check out the IMDb credits,
yeah,
James Spader is on there for WandaVision.
What?
But that could be a misstep too, because I was watching a stream just today, and they had this actress, I can't think her name. She's supposed to play a older version of Tony Stark's daughter in Endgame, Morgan.
She did. They cut it out.
Yeah, she did.
I know,
she did.
but I'm saying, like I said, they cut it out. It could be the same thing. They put it on there, but then they'd be like,
but she wasn't credited though. When you go to IMDb, she's not credited. She's not credited. IMDb, he's credited for that.
She was the actress from that TV show on Netflix, The Suicide of
Netflix. Something Reasons Why or something, right?
13 Reasons.
13 Reasons Why.
Yeah. Jake through the super chat. I was expecting a dream. I was expecting to see a "I Dream of Jeannie" parody. Well, there was kind of.
I'm glad we didn't get no sitcom shit. That's all.
Bewitched, and "I Dream of Jeannie" were similar concepts.
Yeah.
I loved how they went back, and the reason why she built that world because she used to watch that with her parents.
That was good.
I love that.
The reason why it was Bewitched and not "I Dream of Jeannie" is because "I Dream of Jeannie" was a genie, not a witch. That's why we got Bewitched.
Yeah.
All the little hints to that.
Also, I don't see any kind of ties of the mom and dad seem very happy. So I don't see how she had an affair with Magneto. I don't see that they died. So I don't think Magneto's going to be one of the Luke Skywalker moments. I think that
no.
Well,
so,
I'm going to
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say maybe because what's her name called her an orphan, right? Now that could be because her parents were killed with the bomb, but or when that shit happened, or because she was adopted by those two.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think? Well, I think that's more what it is. But do you think she stopped the bomb now?
Yes.
I do too. But I don't know. Was it? I think it maybe. I see. LDG went way too far into this because he was hitting some of these notes just on the head early. Like he said, the toaster in the commercial. I think Gaïskar, you said it too. Was the bomb?
Mm-hmm.
No,
the blinking light.
I said it looked like Vision,
Yeah.
like a robot's face, and that
I was the one.
One of the stones.
I was the one that said it was the bomb.
Okay.
It represented the bomb that didn't kill her parents.
But now it all makes sense because they went through this little of why it was what all this stuff. It's I think it's really interesting though. I like this episode into the sense that it was.
But you see, that's the thing. Oh, go ahead, Rob.
No, I just want to get to these two super chats real quick. Devin says, "Do you think Doctor Strange will appear?" Actually, something Anzo said kind of turned me away from that theory, the James Spader thing, because what if the OMG moment? Just hear me out. How the fuck did Anzo get to the bottom?
I know you switched me.
I didn't switch shit. But what if Ultron is behind all of this, right? Like what happened? Because look, Hydra was built from within S.H.I.E.L.D., right? What if at the end of Age of Ultron didn't die? Somehow he was able to put himself into the internet and he was building S.W.O.R.D. from the inside out. That's the reason why they want Vision, because he was always obsessed with that body in Age of Ultron. Remember, Vision was supposed to be his body, right? So what if he's going to be able to put his conscience in the white Vision, and then whenever he wakes up, you just hear James Spader talk through the white Vision. I'm starting to think that that's more of a possibility rather than the Mephisto thing. Is that Ultron was really inside S.W.O.R.D. from the get-go? I don't know. That's just something I'm thinking about.
Well, what I think is when that Vision goes into the bubble, he's gonna look like Ultron when he gets in there.
Dude,
because it rewrites everybody, right? So I think it's gonna rewrite him to look like Ultron.
That could be.
Yeah.
Or he's like silent, and all of a sudden when he talks, he sounds like Ultron. That'd be crazy.
I mean, there's some possibility that Ultron is still in this somewhere because they were both computer-based, like software programs.
Yeah.
And when you kill a physical thing or something that is manifested into some sort of a physical body, even if it's ran by a computer program, just because you kill the outside of it doesn't mean. I mean, I could smash a computer, but I technically can take the hard drive out and put it in another computer, as long as I don't damage the hard drive. I can smash the computer it was built around it, but I can take its essence, its life force, and move it somewhere else, and it's still there. So he could have retreated into the internet because we know they were both jacked in, and use that term.
Yeah.
But, I could see that. I think though that what Anzo's saying, when he walks through, that would kind of be cool, and that would be kind of a kind of a Luke Skywalker moment, maybe.
Yeah, I think it would, because Ultron in the comic books, you never really get rid of Ultron because he can move throughout the internet and stuff. And I would like to see Ultron come back and kind of get more justice, because I don't think people took Ultron as serious as they should have been taken. And again, like, can you imagine Wanda going face to? Because then we can see Vision versus Ultron inside the Hex, and then it would also mean something because her brother got killed basically because of Ultron.
Exactly.
So yeah, that might be cool. Jake threw in a $2 super chat. We got 86 people watching. Let's try to get up to 40 likes. We only got 38 likes. Jake says, any Quicksilver or any reference to Quicksilver in the show? Have you been watching the show? like the last 5 episodes.
There was, but they called him Petro for being fake. So
what's funny though is that we've seen Wanda see both Pietro and Vision as dead. Yeah. So again, I still lean that there's a third person in charge of something here, because it's like somebody trying to wake her up from her own thing. And I don't know if that maybe had been Agatha. It might have been, but I don't know if Agatha has that much power, because we found out now what I said last week on Sunday, which was, of the two, Scarlet Witch has always been considered one of the strongest in the MCU or the Marvel universe. Agatha is strong, but not as strong as her. So I think we did see that, because Agatha's sitting there going like, how did you do this? I want to know.
I had a theory, and I know this one is way off but I've been sitting in that back room for many times and hearing way off theories. What if it's like a Fight Club kind of thing, and Agatha is a figment of Wanda's imagination and projected out like that?
Could be, maybe a lot
of fake, like Fight Club fake out.
It's kind of, yeah.
So I mean, I know that LDG talked about the Ego Stone and Nemesis. And Nemesis is brought on. Well, see, listen though. Hear this out real quick. Nemesis is brought on by extreme emptiness, sorrow, bad things that happen in life or something. That's how Nemesis, whatever you want to say, is brought in. It's really funny that Agatha's really pushing Wanda to know why she was able to do this. And we know that was from the emptiness. And Agatha's really pushing. Again, if it's Nemesis, we're not going to see Nemesis now. That's a big baddie.
I think it's definitely somebody else, because obviously what she expelled, that power she expelled, it made Agatha get there. Yeah. And if she got there, somebody for sure. There's a few mutants and few heroes that you can know, or villains that would have detected that, right?
See, Phase 4, we don't know who the bad guy is yet, but I'll tell you this: with the Eternals in it, and we know the multiverse is coming into play. We know that mutants are probably going to be near the end of this phase, not in this phase, but they're hinting a lot at it. So I'm sure we're going to get it soon. But we haven't heard about any mutant show or any mutant movie within the MCU in Phase 4, so I think that's a Phase 5 thing. But they're going to hint, and it'll probably show up somewhere in an end credits or something. But let's think of this: Mephisto, Nightmare, and Nemesis. Well, the first two I would consider like movie level baddies. Nemesis I would consider in game worthy,
for sure.
So I think we're starting to see a setup possibly where we get Mephisto as maybe in the Multiverse of Madness. You do get Nightmare at some point. And again, I think maybe LDG said this. I hate to give him credit on these, but it's true. He said Nightmare. What was Peter Parker's nightmare? Being found out. Well, we know he's found out. So maybe Nightmare's in this, in his like multiverse thing. And then you get to Nemesis near the end. And Nemesis is going to be that big baddie in like Phase 6 or whatever at the end of it. and
Let
they
me get to
lead
these
up to it.
super chat.
Yep, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Michael West says Ultron coming back. He said Ultra, but I'm pretty sure he means Ultron. And then he threw in another $2 super chat, which says Elizabeth Olsen is fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, she's good. I liked all the flashback stuff we saw in this episode. You know?
And did anyone think that we were gonna get a fucking Agatha origin story kind of?
No.
Again, everything always called that. They had pictures from it. I can go back and find the video. They had pictures of the witch scene, which leads to the Salem 7, which maybe that is where she's from. Maybe she came from Salem, because they were kind of theorizing perhaps Salem, they were switching where Salem was and moving it to New Jersey. But I think she was in Salem. And when she heard, because New Salem, I'm sure you guys know, they're not allowed to talk to the outside world. They're all magical people there. And
Michael West threw in the $5 super chat now. Thank you, Michael. He says, so there was one bomb that killed her parents and then another bomb that didn't go off. Well, if you see in the flashback, there was war going on. There was an explosion. Her parents died in that explosion. You've seen the whole house go down. And then there was another bomb that landed there that didn't go off. They explained that in Age of Ultron. Because I remember when she sat there and said, we waited 2 days to die. Which that was a great callback to Age of Ultron. More, like I said, more callbacks to Age of Ultron. That's more reason why I feel like Age of Ultron. Because out of all the Avenger movies, that's the least favorite, right? Like fans like that's the least favorite, right? So what does Star Wars do well? Like the Mandalorian and Rebels goes back and corrects some of the stuff that fans don't like about the movies, right? I have a feeling that they're going back and trying to make Age of Ultron, a better film by filling in some of those blanks. And LDG is in the house.
Hey, LDG.
There's one.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, LG. There's one.
Chilling. Sorry, I'm late there. I was just finishing off the phone with Kevin Feige, going over this last lovely episode.
Sure.
Yeah. Just had to have a few words with him, and he put my mind at ease. So next week's episode, man, it's going to be great.
No, I was going to say in Age of Ultron.
Now he is sitting there saying, "Wait till the end. Wait till the end."
Yeah, I know.
Last week he was like, "Oh no, I'm right.
I'm right. I nailed it." Go, guys. Go. What are you saying?
No, I was saying in Age of Ultron, though, Pietro, when he's telling the story, they were having dinner when they died. So there's
weren't they having dinner before that? No, they weren't. I don't know.
No, they were watching
you know what?
TV show.
Yeah.
Ask anybody. Okay, there are certain things that are ingrained in your mind as a child, but it's those quick moments. I remember when I saw the Godzilla toy. I remember where I was, but I couldn't tell you anything else that happened that day. Couldn't tell you what we ate that day. He may have thought, because they were together as a family, that it was dinner. Maybe he just thought. Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm just pointing it out.
No, I agree, but I like how Rob put it. I don't think Age of Ultron's that bad of a movie. I'm okay with it. It is not.
I like Age of Ultron.
It's not the greatest of the Avengers movies, but I like it. But I do think that Disney with these TV series they're doing the right thing by, hey, if we do this and this, just little corrections, it'll give people more hope that maybe we'll do this or this, and they feel it out. Disney's a smart company. That's why they make all the money they do. They throw everything out there and then see what, literally, they'll throw anything at the wall. What sticks, they'll jump on. Well, Luke Skywalker stuck, and I think we're going to see probably a Luke Skywalker series, or he's going to be more involved in this whole universe somewhere. And all this WandaVision stuff is sticking really well. I think the way they played the bomb scene in this helps Age of Ultron, because we now understand more that maybe the way that Wanda saw it isn't how it was, because she did stop it. She just didn't know how that happened. And now she's starting to unlock and go like, oh, maybe I did. I mean, I like that theory, though, because it does play into what they've done so far with Star Wars. You know?
Yeah, sorry, I can't.
Oh, what was the matter, LDG?
I'm sorry. I just can't defend any comment that has the word smart and Disney in the same sentence.
Listen, when you make billions of dollars off of decisions, whether or not you like them or not, it doesn't make you lucky when you make that much money and you survive things.
You can like or hate Disney all you want. The fact of the matter is they are successful. Marvel averages $1 billion per film, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's something Warner Brothers wishes they can do. So I'm pretty sure we look at Disney and go, Disney's at least smarter than Warner Brothers. I mean, Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, like they're not hurting for cash. You know, they don't have to release their content on HBO Max in order to try to keep being relevant.
Stick it in the freezer and wait when it's ready.
Yeah, the thing I want to say is, so just let me finish this comment because I'm not harping on the prequels because I do love the prequels. I defend the prequels, but it's no surprise that a lot of fans before the sequel trilogy did not like the prequels. Clone Wars was made to try to fill in some of the blanks to make the prequels better. WandaVision, I feel, is doing that for Age of Ultron. I like Age of Ultron, but if you ask a lot of fans, that's the least favorite Avengers movie, and I feel like this is really making Age of Ultron better as it goes. I like they're gonna have to do a lot of work to make Rise of Skywalker better, but I have a feeling that they're gonna try. I mean, I don't know. I'm just shooting in the dark right here. Michael West says, "So what's the Luke Skywalker moment?" That's what we've been talking about, man. We don't know. Doctor Strange. I don't know.
I'm concerned that the fact that if Wanda can create something out of nothing like she did the Vision, who just says she can't bring back Scarlet Witch or Iron Man and retcon all that shit?
But I think we know though outside of the bubble it doesn't live. But
yeah, because when Vision went out, he was
to Anzo's point, if she does encompass the world, yes, what does that mean? But it won't last. We know it won't last, but it's going to create that multiverse of madness type thing. But I still wonder if she manifested Vision. I guess she could have done that, but again, is somebody behind her helping her like supercharge her powers because they know, going back to Hayward knows what she's capable of, but she isn't sure how she's doing it. Perhaps somebody's supercharging her. Maybe. I mean, I'm still into that. 3 people are in charge here. Wanda's one. Agatha had some of it, but I think there's another person still somewhere doing something, pulling some strings.
In most movies and shows that we see, the catalyst for them tapping into their power, some kind of pain or some kind of anger. And
it's just look at Goku going Super Saiyan.
That's right.
Krillin dies, Goku goes Super Saiyan. Vision dies, Wanda creates Vision and apparently a Mind Stone to go with it. Like, here you go. Yep, I just created an Infinity Stone.
Yep. I don't think she can do all that. She's definitely.
I don't think the Infinity Stone is real.
I don't know.
Really?
Did he try to use it?
Maybe not outside the bottle.
No, he never tried to use it. But it explains why Vision was able to use his fingers to get them out of Wanda's hacks is because he was created by Wanda.
You know how White Vision gem looks like Tony Stark's Iron Man triangular chest piece?
I will say this also, though, to what Anza just said, though, that because Vision was created by Wanda, he's able to snap him out of it because, well, she's given him the powers, the seeming powers that he had before. But the problem with that is how is he able to break from that control? Again, was it Wanda? Was it a mix between Wanda and somebody else? Wanda, again, not Wanda, Agatha. Agatha was definitely trying to get him snapped out of it for some reason. Doesn't make sense why. It doesn't help her in what she's trying to do.
I don't think that she would want Vision like a slave does. I think she want to bring him back, but she wouldn't put certain restrictions on to make him like serving her and this kind of stuff. I think she still want him to have his freedom and his personality as much as possible. So that's why she don't have him locked down and he can kind of tap into her power to free other people. I don't think she would want him back as a slave or nothing like that. She wanted him as close as like he was.
I want to address something real quick. I'm looking in the chat. Look, guys, we're talking about WandaVision tonight. I know there's a lot of shit going on with Superman right now. Believe me, as a Superman fan, I know we have Superman and Lois that was out. We got the reboot news today. No more Henry Cavill. Like, we got a lot of Superman news today. We're gonna cover Superman tomorrow. Like I don't know who's gonna be able to be on the show. I know Ando usually can't come on Saturdays. But tomorrow on Storms Live is gonna be a Superman show. We're gonna talk about Superman and Lois. We're gonna talk about the reboot news. We're going to talk about possible Michael B. Jordan Superman. Tonight, we're focusing on WandaVision because WandaVision came out today. So if you guys throw super chats about Superman, I will talk about it briefly, but just know that this is centered toward WandaVision. So sorry to interrupt. Attack.
Round 2.
Unleash the gate.
Yeah, guys. And there's a lot more here than what we've seen. You talked about she can create things that exist inside and outside. There's a difference between transmuting things and creating something from nothing, right? So when people came outside, whatever they were changed into remained. They didn't change back, right? But I think that's a different kind of how the magic was affecting that particular item. We haven't seen an item that has been created from nothing survive outside the hex. Now that goes to tell you that maybe inside the hex, whatever is created is whatever it is. Now they said they were chasing vibranium. That was Vision. Was he actually created from nothing, from vibranium, and that ceased to exist outside? The Mind Stone might be the Mind Stone, but only inside the hex. Another thing, we're assuming that Vision took anybody out of anything, and I'm still saying that's a big negative. Darcy was not herself when she got snapped out. Okay, that wasn't Darcy. Look at Darcy's freaking attitude outside the hex and inside the hex after so-called Vision snapped her out of it. That's not the same person at all. I mean, there is still something going on here. Remember, last night's this morning's episode, guys, was all under a spell. None of that actually happened. Okay, straight up. None of that actually happened.
This guy is he's trying hard, guys. He's trying hard. He's trying hard.
You ever see the person?
We'll find out.
Wait, time out.
This is the same guy. No. Hold on, Chris. Let me finish this part. This is the same guy that said he thought Ultron was going to be in it because the woman who played what's her name, Elizabeth Olsen, made her boyfriend a meatloaf, and because he's seen a meatloaf in the video, he said it's going to be Ultron. Then he said, but wait, that's not all. He said there was a cherry pie, and the cherry pie, which has a recipe online, has Ultron's face in it. So that is
from Marvel. From Marvel. Okay, this isn't Aunt Jemima's freaking Ultron pie. Okay, this is Marvel.
Hey,
made.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Are you one of those? Are you one of those fans, like those Star Wars fans, that look at little something?
Yes.
And they're like, "Oh man, I predict like this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen." Then when it doesn't happen, be like, "Oh," because you looked at this little thing and came up with your own stuff.
I want to ask LG something here. Now, I told you that even after the Agatha thing, let's wait. There's two episodes, and I will still say we have to wait. But are you still thinking that in some way, shape, or form that you're right on some of your theories? I mean, there's 5,000 of them, so of course you're right on some of them. But I mean,
exactly. I mean, don't misunderstand. I don't think I'm right. I know I'm right. You're just not going to find out.
He just went all in talking that river card gives him the winning card.
It's like this. Okay, Chris is looking at a piece of Swiss cheese, and it sees one side's a holes, the other side has holes, The other side had holes, and he thinks the last side is not going to have holes. Okay?
No.
Every episode has been going left to right, going here, then going here, making you think this, making you think that. That's how WandaVision has been going. Do you really think the last episode is not going to do the same damn thing?
I even said that the Agatha thing flipped it on its head. This one flipped it on its head. I expect the next episode to flip things on its head. I just...
Go ahead.
And I've said it. I said it to you two times ago. We have to wait. But...
All right. Well, okay, so I got 3 super chats I have to get to. I just want to say we hit over 100 viewers. Nice. We hit over 100 viewers. We're 2 likes away from hitting 50 likes, so hit the like button. We're at 102 viewers now. I have 3 super chats. But before I get into super chats, I want to say something. Like I haven't been in your roundtable discussions and stuff, but I don't understand why you guys are all acting like mind blown. Like that Agatha thing turned it on its head. Like Adam predicted that in the very first episode.
Well, no.
I don't understand.
Saying that it was Agatha. That was the very first episode. Like that was the very first episode. What she was doing, I don't think that was the very first episod. I mean, even it took me to the 3rd or 4th episode to realize. Wait a second.
If you go back and watch our WandaVision episode 1, Storms Live, Adam predicted that in the very first episode. Very first episode.
That she's Agatha or she's behind everything?
Yeah, well, it was obvious that it was Agatha Harkness, but it was how much does she have in control?
Right. Because a lot of people were saying that Agatha had full control, and she didn't.
Yeah.
Wanda had full control. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, when that neighbor scene, nobody was telling me when I was saying that was Agatha all along. That was that whole neighbor scene with him cutting through the side and said, I'm like, dude, that was her playing along. She was controlling that entire scene. She was controlling him. She was controlling the scene, the whole thing. Nobody agreed with me. No, I couldn't find one person. They thought I was cuckoo nuts.
I said it was possible.
All right, so let me get these.
I didn't say you were wrong. Well, I believed Agatha had something, but
I said there has to be more than one person.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Because remember, in Age of Ultron. Just go a second. Remember, Age of Ultron. She was able to control everybody's mind in order for them to evacuate in Sokovia.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Okay, go to super chat.
So Lulu came in with a super chat. Yeah. I'm not losing nothing. I'm just trying to, But Lulu said, I just want to say one thing about Superman. Oh yeah. One thing about Superman, and then she threw in another super chat. If it pops up here in a second.
Yeah. What about Luther?
Yep.
Awesome. What about Luther?
That was
I mean, I don't understand why he's dressed like Doom, the Doom guy from Doom. But yeah, like that was awesome. She called it. Like, dude, I've been watching Superman since I was a little kid, and I didn't even realize it was Luther. Like, we're sitting there watching it. She's like, "That's Lex Luthor." I'm like, "No, it's not." And I'm like,
"They didn't watch it yet."
Right.
A lot of people didn't watch it.
They didn't watch it yet.
You don't know what I'm talking about. I can kind of say
do.
Man, all of you guys watched WandaVision. Came out today. Superman came out on Wednesday, and nobody watched it.
I watched it.
Well, I was trying to watch it. I couldn't find it.
Oh, yeah, you got the CW at?
No, bro, we didn't get that here.
Oh, fuck, man. You need to get like CW, American Hacks.
No Hulu, no HBO Max.
But you got Stars.
Yeah. But okay, so just real quick, I loved Superman. I loved the reveal at the end. I thought it was the best Superman thing we've gotten in a long time, and we're going to talk more about Superman tomorrow. You agree, Danny?
I do, 1,000%.
I gotta check it out.
Next Super, it's so good. And it doesn't even feel like CW, man. That's the thing. Nope. It doesn't even feel like CW. It's like no agenda shit.
It kind of like that Smallville feel to it.
Really?
Yeah. Charles comes in with a super chat, a $5 super chat, and he says, "Will Ian McKellen appear as Magneto, cosplaying Gandalf, On a serious note, Elizabeth and Catherine were great. Will Agatha save Wanda from herself? I'm gonna let the experts talk about that.
The big thing I saw on the stream, I didn't think it was that big. That said a Marvel Studios logo being red, it turned purple because of Agnes. Well, I was like, whoop de doo. I think
that's what they want to do.
Under a spell. The whole episode was under a spell.
I think she's going to play both sides. I think if she can get on Wanda's good side and try to get whatever she can get, she will do so. I think if she feel like she can get Wanda's powers or use her or manipulate Wanda to do something, then she's going to do so. I think Agatha is just for Agatha. If you kill your own mom, then you ain't got no second thoughts about killing anybody else. So I think Agatha is going to do what's going to benefit Agatha.
And they gave you the clues at the beginning of the episode, right? She didn't learn her own powers. That whole witch trial, the witch hunt trial. What do you think that was about? Why did they show us that? Why did we need to? We didn't even need to see that. You know what I mean? Why did they show that? Because they showed the repository of how she was raised. She learned how to use her powers on her own, where everybody was against her. Her own mother tried to kill her. And that's how she's trying to teach.
Because she was using dark magic.
And what do you think freaking Wanda's using?
No, the witches weren't using that. She says, the mother says,
she's using chaos magic. I'm sorry. Yeah, she's using chaos magic. Okay, not ringing any familiar bells?
Well, chaos magic is red, though.
Yes. So?
I don't think she has chaos magic. I think she got a better. Chaos magic is what Wanda has.
And she didn't say chaos magic.
She's using a different kind of magic.
She didn't say chaos magic. She said dark magic.
Yeah.
No, she said chaos magic.
She said dark magic.
No, she
I
recognized
just watched it with whatchamacallit's on. She said, this is chaos magic. She specifically said it to Wanda.
That's what she said to
Wanda.
Yeah.
But the mother said...
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Wanda's using chaos magic.
Right, but the mother said she was using dark magic.
That's fine.
That's what we were talking about.
Apples and oranges. We're talking about dark. We're talking about dangerous stuff.
But we were talking... Is that better? No. We were talking about a specific scene, which was the Salem witch hunt, and then you went to the Wanda part. We were talking about that part. That's why I said the dark magic.
Yeah. So her experience is learning from...
Yeah, at the beginning.
Yeah.
I have it up already.
She's using the same stuff the Ancient One was using in Doctor Strange. That comes from the Dark Realm.
Talking about Doctor.
The same thing Dormammu is all about.
It was purple as well, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes, it was purple as well. Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, that wasn't my point. Whether it's exactly what it is, all I'm trying to say is that scene showed her that she had to learn on her own when everybody was against her, and that's what she's trying to do with Wanda right now. That's why she's treating Wanda like an enemy. She's making it look like she's the enemy, but in the long run, she's trying to help her. And when she snaps out of this, I'm telling you, you're going to see Captain Marvel. You're going to see the Cuckoos. You're going to see Iron Man, all there, like the end of freaking the Yellow Brick Road, Wizard of Oz. You were there, and you were there, and you were there, and they're all going to be sitting there, and we're going to have an awesome last episode, guys.
You're still going with that.
Hey. What the hell are you smoking, bro?
LDG has watched so much WandaVision, and his retinas were burned. It burned through to his frontal cortex, and he has officially gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Bro, he was changing the
colors. Which was said in the series, too.
Bro, Rob, he was changing the colors of the scenes just so that he could get a deeper look at what was going on that screen.
I know.
He was zooming in.
But
there is some truth to that, though.
This is what the problem is with that sort of thing, because I remember after Force Awakens, all these fucking theories came out. Oh man, Snoke is Plagueis, and Luke was like in hiding, and Kylo is like a triple agent, and like all this shit. Like people go in and they look at the film and they break down little things to try to convince themselves that is there, and then when it comes out and it's not there, oh, this shit sucks. You didn't even go with the setup. Like you set this shit up, and you didn't even go with it. Like no, just because you see something and you make your own plot with that doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Like, what's this shit about Tony Stark showing up in Captain Marvel? Like,
Tony Stark was supposed to be Mr. Hart at the beginning, the guy that was choking. So that was Tony Stark. Yeah. That was Tony Stark. The lobster on the door was Mephisto, and he was stuck there because there was a seal, which was an eye that was protecting.
Malocchio.
I need to get a drink of Henny or something, man.
He can't say nothing, Ozzo. Look, he can't say nothing.
I know that. I know that.
Frozen.
And then we had what? The delivery guy is Doctor Strange.
So, LDG, Robert. You know how he came up with the Cuckoo twins?
Oh, God.
Do you guys know how he came up with the Cuckoo twins? Okay. So, in the commercial, right, they have a lobster on the wall, they have a rooster on the wall, and they have something that looks like a cuckoo clock. So, at first he was saying it was Dormammu. Then he did some research and was hey.
He's in the middle. Dormammu's on that wall. He's the middle one. You had the rooster. Yeah, you had the lobster, which I thought was a fly, but then I was proven thanks to Dandelion told me that was a lobster, and I looked it up. I was like, oh crap, you're right, it's a lobster. Then you had that one in the middle that looks like Dormammu's face, and then you had the cuckoo clock that had the 5 leaves with the 2 things that fell, represents the 5 cuckoos and the 2 that died, and their specific mutant power. Not only are they in the MCU, they're in the MCU. They have a show. They had a show. But their specific power is like psychic Borg. They can freaking affect an entire area and link everybody together and create this kind of play.
Don't give X-Files a bad name.
We're seeing
X-Files
inside
had
there.
some believability.
I'm going to be starting a GoFundMe for a psychological evaluation.
LDG Mulder. That's his new name.
And
listen,
Rob,
this is what you wrote me to.
Yes.
Well, LDG again, he is doing what a man should do. He is all in on this story, and he will go through and he will die on. He'll just die with it.
The funniest thing is in my video, right? There's one part where he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, I might be wrong. Oh no, this is scary."
Mites. Remember, guys. Okay, I'm gonna leave it to this. Remember, because Kevin Feige is famous about this. He'll lead you down a path, but give you one critical clue that a lot of people will overlook. And in that episode, you had her literally said
it was the blade of grass that was uncut on Wanda and Vision's front lawn. That I guarantee it.
She literally said,
reminds me of.
Yeah.
This reminds me of Game of Thrones, the final season of Game of Thrones. People had all this prediction, like this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and there was like one episode left, and they're like, "Oh, it's all gonna happen in the one last episode," and ain't none of that shit happened. Like you do know, there's one episode left. It's like 30 to 40 minutes long. Exactly. How are they gonna introduce all that shit? What's up, baby?
Okay, first of all, they could do it.
And then they have to explain it, though.
But they could do it. No, they don't have to explain it. They could. They already showed the past. So all they have to do is imply what happened by doing certain things, and they could do it.
LDG on a stream last night, and I forgot to find it. I just remembered it. He was like, "I got 5 scenes. Everything has to happen in the first 5 frames."
Hold on. Here's what's funny. We have gone from Marvel totally effed up in game. And everything about the Infinity Stones and the Infinity Gauntlet, they fucked up all that. But they're going to prove them right because they're going to get this absolutely right this time.
I have faith. I have faith in the Feige. Yeah, well, guys, like I said,
take the blue pill.
No, No, I'm all about the red pill, brother. All about that red pill.
At least mix the two of them. Mix the two of them. Get purple. Oh wait, no, you're already there. Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
Sorry about that.
But like I said, she threw that drone out there on purpose. She wanted Hayward to create Vision, to bring Vision's body online. She even told Vision what they're trying to do. She found out, right? She wanted Vision to come back online by throwing the drone. No, not just by throwing the drone back, but making sure the drone held the power in the first place. Okay, things that came out of the X. The drone was the only thing that held the power randomly. Really?
No. Wanda is, again, subconsciously she knows something about Hayward, because again, when she came out and that drone, that missile or whatever the hell they had came out, she left it. Now, you might be right. Why is it the only thing that has power? Because I think, again, Hayward has some control. If he's Mephisto or whatever, he has some control over what's going on. And by that, she knows it to some extent because she focused all of those guns on one person. That was Hayward.
You got me drinking.
Like I said, there's more going on here than we know, and it's not linear at all. Like, she already found why didn't she go out and throw the first drone she found at Hayward?
Can I ask a question?
Why was it the one drone she threw back? Why? What's up?
Because the one drone wasn't threatening.
That was the one drone that attacked her. Right.
Yeah. I got a question. So the MCU's been around for what, 11 years now? It's been like, what, 23 movies? This is the first series, right? Have anything ever happened in the MCU in the past over the decade as complicated as what you're trying to make this little simple show?
No, well, it's not that complicated. I wouldn't call it complicated.
But
it's abstract.
It's not complicated, but you're coming out you're like curveball after curveball after curveball.
Okay,
sometimes
this one thing.
Think
this
Picasso.
One thing that I'm not pulling a Wanda.
The ear's going to be over here.
So some people can see things out of nothing, and I said, yeah, maybe this show is already complicated. It's just that you don't just randomly come up with Easter eggs that connect like this.
They were just Easter eggs. Yes.
Listen,
they just
to Danny's point. No, to Danny's point. You took trigonometry and you've now made it quantum physics. That's
the kind of show that I would like to have. I mean, they did it with the Matrix, right? They did it with the Matrix. Why can't they do it with the TV show? Why can't we have a TV show that is just?
That's the Matrix. Tell me your Matrix stuff.
But no, please don't get them started on that one. But
no, I want to hear it later. Not now.
I don't know if you guys follow a YouTuber by the name of Emergency Awesome, right? Dude's got millions of subscribers. I've been following him since Charlie was doing like 1,000 subscribers. He goes through and break down Easter eggs on Arrow, Flash stuff. They're just Easter eggs. That's all they are. Not everything means something, And the thing is, I think I think you guys are trying to make the show more complicated than it actually is. I do think there's this big bad. I do think Agatha is working for this big bad. But like I said before, I could pull up the video of Adam going, you guys know that's Agatha Harkness, right? Like, she's probably behind this whole thing, right? Like, Adam called that back in the very first episode. Now, I do think that there's someone over top of it, but you guys are talking about, like, this is meaning this, and this is meaning, like they're just Easter eggs.
No.
They're for the hardcore fans.
Yeah,
okay, fine. He's saying
that. Right. And the thing is, he expects all of this stuff to happen in 47 minutes.
Minutes, yeah.
Plus, we have to have the big fight, so we're probably going to have like a 5-minute big fight and a full episode of his theory being proven right.
If we don't get
wrong, he's like, wait, the Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, it is what it is, and they can go however they want to go with it. They kind of shocked me with last night's episode, but again, if you look at it, it's possible that this is what Feige wanted. They wanted this build up where everybody was theorizing, and then throws you in a hard left. And that was last night's episode. And then the simplest thing is going to snap us right back. I'm sorry?
I didn't find anything shocking about last night's episode. What was the hard left about it? Like I don't get it.
It was shocking.
The hard left was everybody was going in one direction, and then they just did a hard left. Like
no. The hard left was the fact that his theory didn't go through, so it was a hard left for him.
To me, the hard left was episode 4 when we found out about the hex. But when Monica Rambeau came out of the hex and she was with Sword, to me that was your turning point. And then they had another turning point where it was revealed that Agatha was Agnes, whatever. She was Agatha Harkness.
Agnes was Agatha.
Last night's episode, last night's episode was just recapping everything that was already there for you that people like Adam already came up with. You're talking about toasters or Infinity War or Infinity Diamonds and gems
Don't
let
me get started on the tentacles on the pillow.
Oh God.
Scarab.
Well, let me get to these two.
Sumo Garab.
Yeah, go ahead.
First super chat. Good news. This dude is doing Red Sonja movie. Well, I heard about the Red Sonja movie like 2 years ago, so we're just gonna pass that one. Danny doing a super chat. LDG, please take the damn blue pill, please.
We got too many people. We have too many people taking the blue pill, Danny. Sorry, we need some red pills, people. Okay,
please, man. Please.
Isn't that what Storms is? Storms is a red pill, right?
On every show, I ain't still on every show.
You a red pill, aren't you? Aren't you, Storms?
On this show, you need the blue pill, bro.
I don't. Which is the red pill again? I don't fucking know.
The red pill is what that took you out of the Matrix. That lets you see the truth. The blue pill was the keep kicking a tree. The red pill was come out of the rabbit hole.
No, you need to come out of the rabbit hole, bro. You've been in that way.
That's the red pill. Exactly.
You need to come out of that rabbit hole.
You need the blue pill because before WandaVision came on, you was like calm and cool and stuff. You could talk and stuff. Now, it's like
every
Michael West says
episode 3.
I know what he's thinking now. I know exactly what he's thinking about WandaVision. Look at him. He can tell what he's thinking.
Wait, guys,
hold on.
I am still good.
Let Robert.
Yeah.
Robert talk.
Michael West doing $5 super chat. He says, so WandaVision is going to link with Spider-Man 3, then Doctor Strange 2. And we don't know. At this point, it's going to, that's the rumor anyway.
Branching point.
But you remind me, the way you theorize with everything is like how I play Metal Gear Solid. I'm like, oh man, this shit means this and this shit means that. And you know what? You know what? None of it ever comes true. Ever.
No. That Metal Gear is such a head trip anyways, because it's like, wait. Am I Big Boss today, or am I this, or am I him, or am I this? It's like
I was like, oh man, I saw that shit. That's gotta be Gray Fox. No, it wasn't Gray Fox. Oh man, I saw that shit. It's gotta be Ocelot. No, it's not Ocelot.
But again,
I'm just saying,
I said it earlier, LDG, and I will say it again. If the only way that you will have a way of being somewhat right is if this is Nightmare, because everything could be not even happening.
Told you, I know.
Well, that's the thing. That's why, again, and Anzo, I want to say to you what I told LDG. We got one more episode, and you put out a pretty interesting video today. That's
because
so
everything I put out, he was wrong. But no,
maybe.
Yes, he was wrong, because what we did learn was that Wanda was controlling the people that were outside of the hex. He said she wasn't. She said she wasn't controlling any of it. So those were confirmed.
Well, see, that's incorrect. Because even what's her name said it's autopilot magic. She wasn't controlling it. She was the cause of it, but she wasn't controlling it. Agatha said pilot
she
magic.
was
You don't even
controlling.
know what you're doing.
You
How
you
can
were
you
controlling
control
things out
something
in the
you have
town.
no
She said
clue
it. She
you're
said
doing?
you
She is the
were
cause of it.
controlling.
She's not controlling it. She doesn't know what
No, no.
everybody's
She
saying.
said
When
you were controlling.
We're
when
controlling
Vision, when was
everybody
Vision?
outside
All right,
the bubble.
guys, state us some facts. When Vision was talking to people outside of the bubble, inside about Wanda, Wanda didn't know. Wanda doesn't hear everybody speaking. Okay, it doesn't work that way. She wasn't actually controlling anything. Just because I put the batteries in the remote control airplane, it depends who's actually using the remote control. She's not doing it. So get that clear.
Agatha, no,
Be clear about that.
You get it clear that Agatha said you were even controlling people outside of the town that were close to the end. She
Yeah,
said
again.
you were controlling it.
She's not doing it. Sorry. She created it. She's not controlling it. She can't change someone's mind.
Weren't you the same one that
You
said she
cannot-
didn't create? Weren't you the same one that said she didn't create the hex either?
We still don't know the truth yet. Like I said, all that was in a dream. It even says by the end of this episode, you'll realize none of it's real and it's all a dream. It was specifically said, you're going to find out and it's going to hit you harder than a brick.
Because hold
ton
on,
of bricks.
because the little girl said that with the bomb. So now you think that everything is. See, you're doing exactly what you did for the last 6-7 episodes.
Send me that damn video.
Yeah, that was that video. That was the scene from the episode. Yes, that thing I sent you, that was from the episode.
Dude, you're taking something this big and you're stretching that motherfucker out.
Yo, hey, man, Stretch Armstrong was
He's
$1
the
million
type of guy
product,
that
okay?
when he
Ain't nothing wrong with
he's
that.
the type of guy that when his girlfriend tells him, this is 6 inches, he believes it.
God. Oh my Lord.
Really?
Okay, so
The struggle
I threw
is
in a
real.
10-minute warning.
I am dead. I am so
But look,
dead. He's going to
doesn't make any
chastise me
sense.
somehow.
Yeah.
He's going to chastise
If this
me.
was all a
He's going to kill
dream,
me.
then the Monica Rambeau stuff would. It's impossible that this is all a dream. It doesn't make any sense. Any sense?
Yeah, I
if it
mean,
was a dream.
Monica's
Can you
supposed to be
imagine-
outside. Where is she, right? Like, she was supposed to be outside. Where is she? Vision travels at the speed of
take
sound.
away her
Where is he?
powers. You're gonna take away her powers, dude. Because if she wakes up and it's a dream, dude, Marvel will lose such a fan base on that. Well, like people will backlash the fuck, because
That's the whole
they'll be like,
thing.
"Oh, why should we?"
Just the one episode.
Gonna reverse everything.
Yeah, just the one episode.
Yeah.
Just because the last thing we saw before that episode was her being put under some kind of spell. That was the last thing we saw. And what was the very first thing that you see in the end credits? Her still under that purple eye power. That was the first thing they showed us. The first scene in the end credits this morning. She's still under the eye power. She's trying to root out whatever the hell's in her, effing with her head, and that's the episode that we got. Now, how that's going to translate and turn into another episode, we're going to find out. Or maybe I'm dead wrong, and life doesn't matter, and everything is meaningless, and poof, the magic dragon. We're going to find out next week.
This is why I said.
Bill.
This is why I said keep doing your predictions. Keep doing them because I got another video in me, brother. I got another one. So
You know what you guys?
Don't get me wrong. But
You know what you guys should do? I can't do it because I don't have the time. But before next Friday, next Thursday or something, one of you guys on one of your channels need to do a theory list. And you guys come up with 5 questions and you all jot down your theories. And then after Friday, see which one of you guys came the closest to being right.
Well, we already know that he's the farthest. So,
oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Anzo was the one who says that Agatha is trying to raise Hell Spawn Incarnate, which that wasn't proven last episode at all. She's not trying to raise Mephisto. She just wants the power for herself. That's what you're saying. Well, what I could say can still happen. I mean,
but maybe she wants the power so that
maybe she's doing stuff. And again, if Hayward is Mephisto, she's trying to get him to show his face, show what he's trying to do.
And at the end of the
whether
day,
or not she's
at the end of the day, I will tell you this, and I'll say it now. I don't think it's Mephisto. I think it's the rabbit. She's trying to get her son back. She watched Wanda bring 2 kids into this world. She wants to know how to do it because she was talking to that rabbit and the rabbit was talking back to her.
And I have to say this.
She also was feeding the rabbit flies.
Yeah, it's a rabbit.
Said we rabbit.
Fed the bird.
So for
She fed the
kids.
bird.
No. If you look very closely, she turned it back into a bird, into a bug when she threw it at the rabbit's face.
Either or, it's a rabbit.
And the rabbit ate it.
Mm-hmm.
And the rabbit ate it. If you look at it, she like quickly does like this and throws the bird. And as the bird's going, you see it turning back into a fly.
Dude,
Yeah, weaponized autism, guys. Okay, this is the shit that I do. All right.
Weaponized autism is not even the.
I'm telling you right now.
This is like supercharged weaponized.
It's not ADHD. It's AD triple HD. Okay.
You know,
What's up?
I used to drive from Kansas City to LA in 24 hours, and it took me 3 bottles of mini thins and a carton of cigarettes. And, you know, when I used to do that, I started thinking crazy things like what you're thinking.
And don't get me wrong, I don't do this with every episode, and I don't do this with every series. I mean, it was just this particular series that kind of caught my allure, and I started having fun with
Loki.
it. And even if I'm
Wait till
dead
Loki
wrong,
comes out.
you don't randomly generate these stories. My theories fit scary fits, and Kevin Feige had to have put this up. That's not just calling an apple oranges and oranges apple. Do you really think they called Mr. Hart without a fucking reason? You know what I mean? Is it just random that they picked the term Mr. Hart for Iron Man? Gave him glasses like Iron Man, made him wear a suit like Iron Man, had him talk to people like Tony Stark talked to people when he fired what's his name, when he was talking to Vision. Okay, all that. Do you really think that's just random convergence of member berries of freaking Easter eggs? No, they thought this out.
I don't see Mr. Hart and Tony.
You can watch it again, but it took me a few watches. Yeah,
I will. I will. Man.
Yeah.
But all seriousness though, we passed the morning. We got to go. We got Ed in the show. We went over an hour. So with that said, I do have everybody's YouTube channel in the description box below, except for Chris's. I will add that in later. His is Real Reviews 3000, right? The Real Reviews 3000.
Yep.
So yeah, go check out his channel. Subscribe to everybody, and it was great having you guys on. And with that, we're gonna call a night. Later, guys.
Peace.
Whenever the button goes through, sometime today. I don't know.